I know one person also... No, we fixed up the one that needs a spine, I'm pretty sure. That one might need maybe some hearing aids. Prophet might need some hearing aids, maybe a new spine, perhaps. Possibly another... Okay, we need probably 2 spines, probably maybe 4-ish legs, a couple of arms, more eyes. Hold on, do I have eyes for you? Healing mech serums would go really far, actually, because they are like a non-specific. They'll fix you up everything. I can give you a bionic eye, and I don't know if I have 2, but let's try both of your eyes. Lungs would be good. Any kind of like body organs would be useful, because like I'm not going to do organ harvesting. There's another spine, lungs are a big thing. That guy, I don't know how to fix him. He's basically probably going to die to that at some point, or get down to it. Some people got some addictions. I don't know how to fix people's Alzheimer's. Let's see what else we got. Some more. Was that a crush? Yeah, crush fucking heart. Jesus Christ. The spine. And there's a few more people suffering hypothermia. Where am I in the list? I can't tell. There. Okay, I'm nearly at the end. Most of them are okay. Another heart. And you've got the bionic spine. Where am I up to? Did I go back full circle? I went back full circle. So yeah, that's basically everyone. Wave of nanites have gone through the colony. Nice. Yeah, so we need probably a good amount of like lungs and a couple of hearts, maybe arms and legs. Bionic legs, nice. Where is that? I need these to say yes. Okay, I gotta wait till they come inside basically, and then I can add them to people. But what are they? They're like 3 legs. So I can find some people that have got a bit of a fucked up leg situation, you know. Random parts when I'm able. Yeah. But it also is whether or not we can get them installed, because once tomorrow starts, once I like launch the raids and stuff tomorrow, I won't probably be doing surgery on colonists, because it will be like a whole in-game month of time. And I might maybe have somebody that's able to get up from the very beginning of the, like if they've been down at the beginning of the battle, had a surgery, they might be able to get up at the end. But I'm not like expecting that, like I'm not expecting people to tend them and stuff. So basically today is like the pre-prep thing. So any modifications to people, any kind of armor, food. By the way, did we bring that food in? I think we are, where was that? Oh, there. Was it there? The cat's eating it. That's fine. The cat's asleep. The animals are eating it. Alex, after you do resting... Josh is coming in to get it. If you're hauling this, can I get you to just, like, perpetually haul this? So that it gets inside? Because otherwise, other animals will claim it and eat it. And we could really do with that. So that's gonna be a huge help. Thanks for that, Atlantis. Like, fucking... We gotta have some of this, like, survival stuff, because here's basically what's happening. It's like, when we do the battle, I won't have people available to cook and make stuff and whatever, right? I won't have somebody, unless they're like a pacifist, I won't really be able to have them able to craft and make stuff. So I need to have all that in surplus now. Oh, bionic heart, nice. I'll go find the person that's got the heart issue. The blockage was like somewhere back here. Yeah, I won't be able to do a lot of stuff with them, because I can't predict when we're going to get massive, like, raids and stuff like that. And the raids are going to be, like, bad. I definitely won't be taking my colonists preferably outside of the square of the base, if I can. I gotta be sneaking up on somebody that needs a heart here. Somewhere. Either that, or they were in, like, the very, very last back bit. Should zoom out a bit. This is getting a bit much to, like, look at when it zooms around like that. Your thing. Yeah, so basically I need to have food and medical that's capable of withstanding no refrigeration, essentially. Because there's a good chance that my power might get taken out, or I need what little power I've got to run like all the things. You're somebody that needs a leg. No, lung. Sorry, you got the... I read the front and then the back of the next. I should be trying to like get a couple... bionic heart. Oh, I swear that they weren't this far down, but this is fine. You need a leg. Let's get your right leg. You got a peg leg. I wouldn't mind you having a proper leg, but I'll leave this for somebody that needs a full leg. Gutworms must be up near the front of the group. It must have been like right at the end here or something, needed the fucking heart, whatever. I feel like I skipped the queue here. There was a left leg, old gunshot wound, old shoulder, right arm, blood loss, second T. I should have probably like screenshotted like their name or something. No, I feel like I've gone full circle. Who is the one that needs the heart? Lung. Yeah, I've gone full circle. Who the fuck needed the heart, or did they just die? There was somebody that died in amongst that, I know that. I just don't know who needed the fucking heart, or the extra leg. Hypothermia, that's fine. Destroyed right fourth toe, shot off middle toe. I mean, the toes missing still affects them. Fuck it, we'll give you this. Still, what is it, left leg. And you've got a right leg that's got an old gunshot wound. I'll give you a leg. Give you right, that should be the 3. You're already getting 1. I'm guessing the person with the prosthetic heart was maybe the person that I saw flag up. You got bionic heart. We fixed up yours. Lung. Hand. Spine. Yeah, you got prosthetic heart. If I fix up their heart, if I go from prosthetic to the other one, there's a chance they could die in surgery anyway. Honestly, as soon as you like do like heart surgery on them and stuff, there's a chance they're just gonna die anyway. I don't see it, but that's okay. I would say more than anything, we apparently need like at least 5 or 6 lungs. Apparently. Lungs are apparently in short demand in this colony. I don't know what I can do about that. I guess they still have like the joy wire. No. No, I don't still have that. That's okay. I don't really tend to install that too much. I used to once upon a time. I used to be like, oh, you know, it'll make them happy. They'll love like working on stuff and whatever. And then I learned that it like impairs their like, what do you call it? Consciousness, I think, by about 50%, and like moving and manipulation and all that business like by like a lot. And I was like, oh, okay. It doesn't necessarily make them better. It just makes them less likely to have big tantrums and stuff. But I'm also curious why the fuck we're not getting light through here. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to make it. I'm going to turn that air conditioner off already because, like, holy crap. I had it on for, like, not 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's not been 5 minutes since I got back. And it's already too cold. So just give me a hot second. I'll go turn that off. Well, so I stood up and my cat promptly ran away. Nothing happened to him. He just decided to take that moment to decide to yeet. So yeah, that happened. I also realized that just like with the electricity that I'd had before, I didn't connect these fucking things up. So let's get this wall powered up, and just for the in case, let's bring this down and through here. Like, I'm not going to be able to get in this corner. I would have to build it forwards for it. But it should connect to all of this, and then we should be able to start connecting up power and stuff. Which, by the look of it, we look like we're kind of struggling with power again. I'll have a look at like what we're doing with components and crap. Now this wall, I look like I was actually kind of doing something with this. The only problem is probably connecting up to that. I want to have it connect to like a couple of spots, but the solar's in the way. If the solar breaks, it loses connection to the wall. So it's not the best. I generally like to build wire underneath these things first, but once they're built, you can't pass over them. Animals can, but we can't. So there's not much I can do about that. Oh yeah, this is working. Yeah, no, we got fuel in here. Okay, so we've got a wood fire generator, which is working up here too. So we have the extra generator, we have a little one, and I have plenty of wood for that. What was I about to look for before was, I thought we just got components. What happened to the little component stack? Did somebody fucking kick it, or did we just use it? I might need you guys to make more components, because we got 2 different people working on it. I need it to not be like over here, but also once the research is finished, I can kick the research tables out of existence, and then I'll have like big other rooms to work in. Let's see what else. They are getting rolling blackouts up and in here. I can't see. Oh, the turrets. Hang on a second. The turrets are online. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I'm like, I haven't built anything recently. Yeah, no, we built something recently. The other thing too is because I'm using these just casually now, they are getting like worked up, like they are getting used and stuff, which technically I should keep them for later, but they are also could be really, really useful. But having like one in each corner, like this. Plus, I don't think I can grab all of the turrets, but I think I have turrets up here too, actually. No, I grabbed them. Okay, so this is our turret map at the moment. So it should be hard for shit to get in. This bottom area looks a bit open though. It should be really fucking hard for stuff to get in. Like if I double lined this with another row of fucking turrets, like I'd need so much power. The only problem is I've got this big open area in here. That's my only problem, is if something was to land in the middle, I would be vulnerable to that. Although I do have a couple of mortars getting built. I don't know if I've got more than one. I've got the slug cannons are going to get built, which they're not online yet. Which fuck knows if they're okay to have inside, but we're going to fucking learn, aren't we? And so once I have those 3, we should have only this like small area in here that's maybe vulnerable, or possibly over here, unless I have one to be built, which I do not. So yeah, okay. So cotton blind has died because of cold. Yeah, everything's kind of dying because it's like -16. So all I'm hoping is that they haven't been out here fucking trying to replant it, because that's a big waste of time. But I know, well, we do need slate chunks. I do want them to haul all of the rocks inside before battle too, because the enemies like to stand behind rocks and trees and any kind of obstacles. So I'm going to ask them to bring it all in, which is going to force everybody to go outside. I'm also going to hunt whatever animals are out here and try to get them inside so we can cook and make them into food. My people are still eating meals. They've still got some food. This shouldn't theoretically be rotting. It's fresh, unrefrigerated because it's warm in here. People keep coming in and moving stacks around even though there really shouldn't be. But there should be plenty enough food in here for the animals. That polar bear looks like it's kind of dying and I'm not seeing anybody tending it. Nuke's having a tantrum. Okay, I don't know if anybody's attending to you. Oh no, there we go. Nuke is... so it's fine. Alright, and we're bringing all the kibble down in here, which I guess was the big kibble pile we had before. And I will have to enclose this, and by the look of it, our weak link at the moment is just basic components, because we seem to have a lot of advanced components, but we are lacking. I also still have like additional reinforced barrels, so if 2 of these big turrets go down, I guess I've still got that. And everybody should be bringing this shit inside, I hope. Which, speaking of, I'm still moving these traps out of the way. So, let me chuck them into fast forward. Hopefully people aren't killing this place. And I guess I've got to put some kind of other landmine and or turret-esque thing in here. I kind of think of putting in like, what do you call it? Keelan's having a sad wander. I'd love to put one of these in like the tunnel. It'd be so funny. Or that. That would also be pretty epic, but I just don't have more of them. ID, fire foam trap. These require, yeah, the high explosive shells and incendiary shells. Well, fire doesn't affect mechs, right? But incendiary shells, these things should. I can't put that on that spot. And if I put it too close to there, it's going to kaboom our stuff. That could be useful there. Like, I don't feel good about putting these like in between this because it could blow up the wall, but at least putting that on that corner, and or if I could get it to fit in this spot somewhere, because the ground here is shit. So, and Beatrice is having a tantrum. We could put that there. That would be fine. That is a bit close. And Keelan's having a tantrum. Everybody's going to have a tantrum. Pop that there. That should be outside of the radius of that. I can't fit one in here unless I want to put it on like a thing. Everybody's having a tantrum, I guess, because they're cold. They hate their bedrooms, and do I have spare gold? Yeah. Okay, I think it's time, you guys. I give you a solid gold fucking chunk in your bedrooms. Okay. Because you hate your barracks, and I can't do much about your sleeping conditions. The only thing I could possibly do is remove some of the spare unused beds and force people into like other locations. Super lesbians also having a days, so I could probably put 2 in here, but I'll just put the 1 in that room. That should be all the bedrooms, I think, except for obviously the bedroom in the barn. I'm getting rid of that. That we can deconstruct that, whatever it's got in it. Chaz is having a tantrum as well. Okay, I have like a whole heap of like double beds and crap. Let's go and get rid of, or what was that? A bionic heart. Nice. We've got 2 more bionic hearts, and that gives us 3, which means the individual with the prosthetic heart is going to get themselves a new heart installed. Let me slow them down a little bit so I can go find them. I'm pretty sure the one with the leg. There you are. I knew you had a heart issue. I fucking knew it. Alright, let's get you a heart. And I knew I saw a blockage at one point, and then it was like, oh, a blockage doesn't exist, you know. Oh, nice. 20 advanced components. And somebody's having a murderous rage. How you doing, Andre? Let's go. Red is right next to the turrets and at least 2 Keelons and a Josh. We should be able to take him down with 2 Keelons and a Josh, I would reckon. I just love how you're like just out here in the snow. It's like, yep, nope, I'm done with society. So psychotically wandering in the snow. I can't imagine if that's good or bad, because like obviously I'm not in like a snow environment. Are you 2 pacifists? Oh my god, okay, hold on. Actually, Nitsin might be able to... Nitsin's in the caravan. Fuck. Can you guys go help? Josh might be able to take it down on its own. If that bear decides to help... Nah, the bear wasn't helping at all. Okay, you're in the caravan and the polar bear's ignoring it too. Josh is like slowly working at this. I'm gonna ruin that fucking vest thing though. Collectively, the shirt vests are gonna be fucked over. Okay, cool. Alright, can you rescue them? Joru's in here. Joru's got the psychic shock lance, by the way. I think we only have one Joru. So if I can remember that, that would be good. I should have added him to the caravan. Not that I want to take any prisoners at this stage, but yeah. Let's see, one patient's medical operation. That's alright. We are doing hearts and shit. Brain. I think oh, Joru. Joru, this is not the time to be given up, mate. Where the fuck are you? Oh, in there. Okay. Well, yeah, about that. He has the psychic shock lance, so if I wanted to do this peacefully, he shouldn't be able to get that far away. What are we up to? The advanced components are gonna fit into basically all the cryo sleep things, and all the regular components, we're gonna have to make some. I don't want you guys to put them in the fucking cryopod things. We have beds for this. Is it because are you in the caravan? You're removed from the caravan. I don't want you in the caravan. I need somebody to actually, like, rescue you. Okay. Kill and maybe rescue. Yeah, last thing I need him to do is, like, fucking fill these up with potentially fucking corpses and shit. I don't know if I have to set these as, like, a disallow or something. Or whatever, but usually I don't keep any kind of, like, cryo-sleep caskets around because, for fuck's sake, the last thing I need is a bunch of corpses and then somebody having a corpse obsession thing or whatever. I also realized that I actually flipped these after all that. And we found some more steel, which is good because we can turn steel into components, which, by the look of it, I don't have surplus steel. So, yeah, what's going on with our digging? That one's not connected. That one might need connecting power. That is not reaching it. Can you get that to at least there? So if we've got an underground steel there, this one's basically nearly done. It's down to like 2 little nubs. And I moved all the mining things from there. We're definitely getting enough slate and stuff. We're getting enough marble to do stuff. I also want them to have excess marble blocks because that way we have surplus like wall building materials, but we've got marble chunks and we have a shit ton of slate chunks. So these ones here, let's move them because I no longer need them to be bringing up slate. I'm bringing slate in from across the map. The reason why we don't have marble blocks, but we have slate blocks, is because this whole time we've been mostly building with slate, fucking marble, English. Anywho, because we've been building with marble, when my people need marble blocks, they go and they bring them in. And because I have, like, you know, everything's mostly already built, I don't have any more marble blocks organically on the map. But we are about to. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get power over to this. And like I said, I might decide to put some random turrets out. Power withstanding, obviously. I could tell them to go and cut. We've done this once before. Go and cut every tree on the map. It's going to absolutely crunch at some point. But they're going to do that and they're going to take... Copy that. We're going to expand this zone here. Not in the doorway, preferably. Not there. And I don't know what's going on at this spot. Expand that back there. There we go. Okay, and expand this down here. And probably expand this over here as far as I can go without touching the ship. Preferably. Alright, and this is going to have stone and it's going to have wood. And the only reason why I want them to bring in so much excessive wood is I can always set up a few of these wood-fired generators, which are not on the same kind of... I don't think they're on the same kind of thing as, like, power generators. Correct me if I'm wrong with that one, guys, but it's kind of like the powered versus non-powered benches, I think. This thing, we fuel it, so therefore it should run unless I think there's a solar flare. If there's a solar flare, nothing runs. But if it's not a solar flare, they should be able to still operate it. Also, I'm not exactly running these rooms at the most optimal size layout stuff. I could fit a couple of extra benches in here. And then we could fit a couple of extra at least an extra bench there. And if I moved these out of the way, if I moved them, well, I'm not finished building that. If I put that there and I cancelled that, I could put 2 more benches here. That would allow me to have 2 more cooking stoves. Obviously, I can't put that down yet, but we'll move that. And what was that? That was capable of walking. Okay. And bad temperature. How bad is the temperature? It's cold, but it's not that fucking cold. There's like 2-3 rooms that's like ambiently warm. And that is actually cold. That's minus 39. The negative 100 is working up there. By the way, the negative 100 is also fucking over the cooling. But if we get back into summer, it's another 50, like, what do you call it? Like 50 Celsius fucking day. And then it's another, like, I don't know, heat wave or something. And then I've got a problem. Speaking of, I can do... You guys walk through here a lot, I noticed. I can actually give you guys some floors. Because that's something I can't normally do unless my map has snow. Because I can't fucking see where they walk usually unless we have snow. So this will also mean that some of this area should not be flammable, hopefully. And this seems to be like where they are walking the most, I hope. So it's not going to be like a pretty and perfect like little walkway, nothing like that. It's just going to be a functional space that they can kind of walk through. If this is where they're pathing to the most, it should speed them up. I'm pretty sure pathways speed them up. Now, I never get to dabble with fucking floors and shit because I just don't have that much extra resources ever. So, yeah. You know, the funny thing is, like, having a big colony and shit can sometimes be, like, really great. And at other times, you just never get to use certain things because it's too big a scale, you know? I think they also stand, like, they obviously stand up here a fair bit to use things. And that looks like where they mostly walk. I am going to remove these doors up here later. It's fine. We've got inspired taming. And they're obviously walking through this a lot. And by the look of it, down this way. Although this looks like it's like really super walked. I don't want to cover up a lot of like the natural flooring because we already took the time to flatten that, you know. We also have another mortar up here too. So once we've got everything built, I will take a look at the overall like coverage of where we look like we're going to have some cover, and we'll have a look at like if it's enough, you know. As I said, I still want to put some stuff in like the tunnel and whatever, but like I don't know what else to put in there. I have traps and I know that that is not enough because like things aren't like walking into it. When I first made them, shit walked into it like all the time, and now for the most part a lot of things get like avoided and shit. I don't want to put stuff near the ship, ideally. I feel like a lot of people kind of like hang around this, but that's because there's like food and crap, you know. I also think that they have to technically clean the floor as well. So there's another thing. That goes into stone stuff. They go down this. Yeah, this is probably the best part about having a map that does snow. I'm kind of looking forward to that with Asura as well, because Asura is supposed to have snow at Minwick, like its latest location and stuff, right? Whereas Dryden wasn't like a permanent summer, but it kind of acted like a permanent summer. They don't look like they walk through here very much. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see where they path in Minwick, you know. They look like they go through here an awful lot. Like, I guess they're going down to here. Honestly, I'm just going to take this up like that. And I know that they're going around down to like the animal areas, which looks like that's where they path through there. No, they're not going to take it perfectly through here, but if I can at least path out some of them, I'm not going to touch near the ship. They don't really touch over here. They do come up through here. I will make that one more wide, actually. Do that like that. Now, we've already got floors in the tunnel. They do come out down here a lot, but we're not going to end up coming out of here. Like, I would rather put a hole in the wall to go repair the geothermal than walk them all the way around when we can potentially have, like, a shit ton of raids. You know? I guess we can have through here. Doesn't have it either. I don't see them, like, walking through here this much, but I'm still going to take it across. Because I think what they do is they go up here somewhere.